When someone puts their tongue out, you know, as children we'd see that and we tell them it's rude and it's impolite. It's kind of a little bit of a behaviour. Have I got away with this? So I think this could be a sign of deception for her. I'm Adrianne Carter. I'm a body language expert. I'm also known as the face whisperer. I specialise in facial expressions of emotion and how we reveal how we really feel from our face, which is not always what we say.
And they've found the real woman online.
So I assume in the actual thing, they've obviously given her a different name. It's a different woman, but you know what I find? They always manage to find a similar looking woman, and the build tends to be the same.
I have a theory about this, though. I feel like he's done it on purpose because he knew that people would find her and he wants to make her life hell a bit.
In this clip, we see Fiona reacting, and it's really interesting because it starts to give us a clue of how she really feels. So when she does this, can't do it exactly as she does it because she kind of twists her mouth at the same time as rubbing her tongue across her top teeth. This is one of her signs, after watching the whole video, this is one of her signs that is her sign of disapproval, or she dislikes what she's just heard. The other thing that she does quite regularly throughout the whole of the almost hour interview is she takes a sip of water. When she starts to feel stressed, you see her picking up the water and taking a sip of it. Now, you might think there's nothing unusual in that, and it's not unusual, but it generally happens because someone's mouth is getting dry, which is a sign of stress. And it's also a bit of a deflecting behaviour because it gives her time to think. And as we go through the interview, watching it for her signs of behaviour, we're not looking for signs of deception, we're looking for signs of comfort and discomfort. And that's one of her signs. Picking up the water, we know she's uncomfortable. She's also giving herself a few moments just to buy some time while she takes a sip of the water. And that mouth, I like to call it mouth sloshing, where that is another sign from her that she disapproves, feels defensive, and it can even be a sign of aggression, actually, getting ready to verbally attack.
So as far as you were concerned, he never turned up at your place?
Correct.
But the Netflix show has him doing that?
Yes, I believe so. I believe so. I've been told that.
But that categorically didn't happen?
That categorically didn't happen.
Yeah, she's quite expressive. And although she tries to hide how she feels, she does leak quite a lot of information. And as I said in that previous clip, it's about signs of comfort and discomfort. And there's a clip really, as we get to the end of this, where Piers could really ask her another really good question because she's very uncomfortable. And she shows it really clearly. So the signs of comfort and discomfort tell us a lot, because throughout the whole of the clip, we see her baseline behaviour. She's not acting. We see her normal behaviour in lots of different areas. And then we see when that changes, and that gives us a clue that there's times of high stress and stuff that even she doesn't believe, but she tries to hide it. So in this clip, we see Piers repeat back to her that categorically didn't happen. And as she responds, she does this. That categorically didn't happen. So we've got a couple of things going on there. The eyes close for longer than a normal blink. This happens when someone is trying to shut out something they don't like or don't want to hear. So she's really trying to avoid that question and the response. But she answers it. That categorically didn't happen. And we've got a head shake going on there as well, a head nod, which means it probably did happen because she's doing something with her head that's opposite to what she's saying.
Did you ever contact Richard Gadd's parents and threaten them?
No, that allegation was put to me by journalists, no.
Never happened?
No.
So in this clip, we see her being asked about Richard Gadd's parents, and she says, no, that never happened. Eyes closed for a long time again. So I think there's some very big area of discomfort for her there. But what's really interesting about this is she goes to say something and stops herself. She does like a at the end of a sentence. Unfortunately, Piers misses that little gasp of breath and as if she's going to say something, because I think there's something really key about that we don't know yet. It may come out in time, but there's something of interest there that she goes almost to say and stops herself.
In the course of your relationship with Richard Gadd, you send him 41,000 emails, 350 voice messages, 744 tweets, 48 Facebook messages, and 106 letters.
That's simply not true. If somebody was sending somebody 41,000 emails or something, they'd be doing how many a day? Lots.
Well, they'd be obsessively contacting
yeah, absolutely no. Absolutely not.
What
None
did
of
you
that's
send
true.
him?
No, none of that's true. I don't think I sent him anything.
You never sent him anything?
No. I think there may have been a couple of emails exchanging, but that was it. Just jokey banter emails.
Netflix have said that these details are the real ones. That this is exactly
completely incorrect.
So we see Fiona give something really interesting away in this short clip. She said, how many would that be a day? And she puts the tongue out there. And she narrows her eyes, so it's a sign of dislike. But there's also, when someone puts their tongue out, you know, as children we'd see that and we tell them it's rude and it's impolite. It's kind of a little bit of a behaviour. Have I got away with this? So I think this could be a sign of deception for her here. I think she definitely sent the emails. What she's negating is not that she sent the emails, but it was 41,000. So I think with that tongue show, we've got some evidence there that she's saying something she doesn't believe.
The background to this is that you came into contact with the late Glasgow MP Jimmy Ray, who died aged 78 in 2013, and his solicitor wife Laura, who was 62, and she was a former Labour Party member. Mrs. Ray said that she gave Aberdeen University law graduate you did graduate from Aberdeen?
Yes.
With a law degree. A trainee role at a legal firm, McPhail Lawrence Partnership, in 1997. Is that true?
It was called L&L Lawrence. I think she forgets the name of her own firm. It was called L&L Lawrence.
But that's all true. She gave you a trainee job.
She lured me away from another firm. She headhunted me from another firm because she needed someone to do employment law. And I'm pretty good at employment law, so...
She said that she had to sack you days later because you were completely incapable of behaving yourself.
I walked. Her staff were really, really rude to me. Most people, half the Labour Party, had been up there at one point or another and walked.
But she said one was served on you.
Yeah, that's nonsense.
An interim
We have checked this out.
And again, there would be a public record of
Yeah,
that.
absolutely. And
You're saying that it was never served?
What we think, she served the initial documents, and then
she did?
She served the initial documents, and then there was no hearing. It wasn't minuted for a hearing. I said I would defend, but she mucked that up too. She didn't fill up a second initial document. She then didn't minute for decree in absence, so there is no interim interdict in Scotland.
Why?
So we hear Piers talking about Laura, and it's interesting to watch Fiona's reaction as he's talking about Fiona. We see her roll her eyes at the start of as he starts to talk about Laura, and then we see her do a lip tightening and a small show. When you slow it down really slowly, you can see her. There's a slight side movement going on there, which is contempt. So in some way she feels superior or a lack of respect towards Laura. Again, she's very expressive with this, how she feels, and you know, as she talks about it, it is a technicality, it seems, that she didn't get served the interdict, but there's definitely some truth in that.
The whole drama needs to be true. They have billed it as a true story, so has he, and it's not. It's blatantly not. Even if the email thing was true, the rest is not. So
Why would you qualify that, Fiona?
Sorry, why would I what?
Why would you suddenly qualify even if it's true about the emails?
I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
Right, but when you say even if the emails were true...
I didn't send him 41.
It doesn't mean the more serious stuff is.
Let me rephrase that.
So in this clip, we see Fiona be talking herself about the emails. And even if it was true, she closes her eyes for a long close just at the start of when she's talking with Piers. When he picks her up on her, even if it was true, we see her repeat it back to him, and she does her funny mouth thing again. She's defensive, she's aggressive, but also she's buying time because she realises she's slipped up. When someone repeats something back to you, when she's plainly heard what's been said, when someone does that, it's because they know they need a bit of time to try and reason that away.